Have you ever wondered if the secret to deeper, more restorative sleep isn't about some fancy new gadget, but about what you eat? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unlock the science of how your own kitchen can totally transform your nights.
I mean, think about it. It's a pretty powerful idea, right? Because for so many of us, a good night's sleep just feels completely out of reach. But the scientific link between our diet and our rest, it's way more compelling than you might think.
And this is why it matters so much. The sleep struggle is absolutely real. Just look at these numbers from 2022. We're talking anywhere from 30 to a staggering 46% of adults in the US not getting enough sleep. So if you're tossing and turning, trust me, you are not alone.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, a ton of research shows a direct, powerful link between our diet and our sleep. So let's dive in and explore exactly how food can make or break our rest.
All right, it's time to meet the heroes of our story. We're going to walk through the specific foods that have the strongest scientific evidence behind them for improving sleep. These are the things you'll definitely want to add to your shopping list.
First up is one that might surprise you, the humble kiwi fruit.
Yeah, I know, you probably don't think of it as a sleep aid, but believe it or not, the evidence is pretty solid that this little green fruit can have a remarkable effect on how fast you fall asleep.
And the numbers are kind of mind-blowing. In studies, people who ate kiwis before bed fell asleep about 35% faster. And they cut down on waking up in the middle of the night by almost 30%. The best part? The instructions couldn't be simpler. Just eat 2 kiwis about an hour before you want to hit the sack.
Okay, next on our list is tart cherry juice. But, and this is important, we're not talking about just any cherry juice. We mean a specific type, the Montmorency variety. It's shown some really promising results, especially for folks dealing with insomnia.
So what's so special about it? Well, what's fascinating is how it works. Sure, it has some natural melatonin, but its real secret weapon seems to be a 1-2 punch of melatonin plus some powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. All you need is 1 small glass about 1 to 2 hours before bed. That seems to be the sweet spot. Now let's shift gears and talk about a dinner time option, fatty fish. You know, delicious oily fish like salmon, mackerel, or trout. This is all about building a solid foundation for good sleep a little earlier in the evening.
And this one is cool because it shows how better sleep affects your entire day. Studies have linked fatty fish not just to falling asleep faster, but to feeling and functioning better the next day. A big reason for this is its high vitamin D content, which is crucial for keeping our nervous system in check. Just aim for 2 or 3 servings a week with dinner. Easy enough.
Okay, you've probably heard the old advice about having a warm glass of milk before bed, right? Well, it turns out there's some real science behind that, and it all comes down to a specific kind of protein found in dairy.
The protein is called alpha-lactoalbumin, and it's basically loaded with an amino acid called tryptophan. Now think of tryptophan as the raw building block your brain needs to make serotonin and then melatonin. You know, the main sleep hormone? So that small glass of warm milk or a little bit of high-protein yogurt is literally giving your brain the exact materials it needs to get sleepy.
And let's round out our list with a few other heavy hitters. Pistachios, they're one of the best plant-based sources of melatonin, period. Then you have magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens and nuts. Think of magnesium as nature's relaxant. And there's an amino acid called glycine, which actually helps lower your core body temperature, a key signal that tells your body it's time to sleep.
Okay, so we've got our list of awesome sleep-friendly foods. But to really unlock their power, you need a strategy. It's not just what you eat, but how you combine it. Let's look at how to build the perfect bedtime snack.
This right here is the secret sauce. It's a concept called the tryptophan shuttle. So here's the deal. Tryptophan has to compete with other stuff to get into your brain. But when you eat a little bit of carbohydrate with your protein, it's like you're giving tryptophan a first-class VIP ticket straight to the brain, where it can be turned into that wonderful melatonin.
And you can put that science to work with the super simple 3-step formula. Step 1, pick up protein base, like Greek yogurt or milk. Step 2, add a healthy carb and a fruit, maybe some oats or our good friend the kiwi. And step 3, top it with a booster, like a handful of pistachios. It's a simple combo, but incredibly powerful. Of course, building a sleep-friendly plate isn't just about what you add, it's also about what you avoid, or at least what you time carefully. And look, these aren't bad foods, it's just about being smart with timing.
Let's start with the big one, caffeine. You really need to set a hard rule here, a caffeine curfew. That means stopping all caffeine. And yes, that includes coffee, most teas, and even dark chocolate, a full 6 to 8 hours before you plan to go to sleep. So if you go to bed at 11, that 3 p.m. coffee is probably not your friend.
Here are a few other troublemakers to watch out for. Alcohol, for instance. Sure, it might make you feel drowsy at first, but it totally wrecks the quality of your deep sleep later in the night. Big or spicy meals too close to bedtime can cause heartburn that keeps you up. And finally, a big hit of sugar can cause your blood sugar to crash in the middle of the night, which can literally jolt you awake.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now for the really fun part, the how. Here's a super practical, actionable plan you can use to put all this into practice, like tonight.
Now, this isn't some super strict diet, okay? It's just a flexible template. The idea is to rotate through these simple, effective options each night. Have your snack about an hour or two before bed. Maybe one night it's just 2 kiwis. The next, it's a small bowl of Greek yogurt with pistachios. The whole goal is for you to experiment and see what combination makes you feel and sleep the best.
When you boil it all down, it really comes back to this one idea. It's about giving your brain the raw materials and that gentle hormonal push it needs to do its job. See, we're not trying to force sleep, we're just trying to create the perfect conditions to let it happen naturally.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final, empowering question. You don't have to change everything all at once. That's overwhelming. So just looking at everything we've covered, what is the one small change you're going to make tonight to start your journey to better sleep?